Oh, nice. We spawned in the water. Yay! Alright, let's see. We've got winter biome. Excellent. This is excellent. This is going to be a good place. Now, the idea that I'm going to be working with here is an alternate way of starting the game. And no matter what biome you start in, you'll be able to set up with a temporary base, which is normally when people play the game, the first thing you do is you start looking for some place to survive the first night. I'm suggesting that this is as good a place as any. Where you start, okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait. I think that's one more than I wanted to go. Oh well, doesn't matter. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. I mean, essentially it's going to be a very simple underground base. Alright, let's get some logs. That's the cheap way. Or you could sit there and watch me try to cut down a tree with the stone axe. Alright. Normally, I don't like being this close to the wasteland. But I think we're far enough away that we should be able to get away with something. And we've even got a little bit of wasteland over here on our side of the river, which is nice. Ah, these guys. Let's get back over here. Now, this close to the wasteland, if I wanted to, I could draw... Well, used to be, you could drop a forge, make a pickaxe, and then gather up enough metal to make this whole thing out of metal frames, or scrap iron frames. Oh yeah, let's get rid of you. Trees. Back, let's convert these while we're at it. Who's over here? Oh. It's you. Alright. He's annoying as hell, but he's dead now. Ha 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 ha. Ooh. Is that... That's burnt forest over there. That's equally good. I saw clay. Yep, that looks like clay down there. Sounds like a bee. Oh, there he is. You can go ahead and fill those holes back in. Where is... Oh. To get something. Okay. Alright. And right now, alright, let's get with 2 wood frames. Now, obviously, this would be a lot easier with the shovel. Alright, so this is going to be 5 times 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 times 8, that's 40. So we're only going to need 39. Yeah. One spot's going to be left open. That's going to be the entrance. Now, the nice thing, in the snow biome, the snow level is actually pretty easy to deal with. It only takes 2 hits. It takes like 9 or 10 hits to go through the dirt. Now, I've been lucky with this before, and I hit clay deposit. And in that case, you can make the walls of this thing out of decayed brick, which is wonderful. It's aesthetically pleasing. And it gives you a better sense of security. Not necessary. Now, if there were like tunneling zombies, then you'd definitely want to do something about it, but... Okay, so now... 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah. That's where I'm gonna want my entrance to be. There's no need to actually upgrade these frames. And in fact, I'm going to upgrade the outer just because it makes it easier for me to know when to stop digging, etc. I hate this. Thank you. I'm obviously more used to using the upgrade tool than the stone axe. Now, you saw how long it's taken me to build this far. This is a good emergency shelter if you ever find yourself someplace where you can't find a good place to hang out. And I'll show you in a second why this is such a good idea for an emergency shelter, as well as, it's a good, because right now I'm safe. Haha. I've already taken into consideration that my stone axe is not going to be much longer for the world. So let's get that taken care of. Oh, wow. Oh, wait. Way to pay attention. Alright, so I'm just going to put this one here. I'm going to go all the way down to rock. Did anybody else just jump? Okay. Now, this is something you don't necessarily need to do right here. But this is, I like doing this personally, is I put a wood block, a wood frame, where I'm going to put my ladder. Okay, and now we have to go here. Notice I've got my back to the... At this point, with the exception of the police spitters, you're safe from the zombies. And you can spend your time digging. Now, there is a possibility that the dogs or crawlers could glitch in and make your life miserable, but that's just something that happens, unfortunately. Another thing that could happen in this particular situation that would be fortunate I am eventually going to need to build one more ladder in order to get out of here. But for right now, I have no immediate need. You notice how it watch this. See how it's bright in here? And then when you put this up, it's darker. Also, I don't know if the zombies can actually see through these frames. I know they can sense you through them. But this is basically what we got going on here. And what I'm going to do, it's very important that you not... Wow, I just won solitaire. Okay. It's very important that you do not take the wall out from under the solid frame, which is why I made it solid. Because then the whole thing is going to fall on top of you. But this is actually how I used to play when I first started. Well, not when I first started, but for a long time. In fact, it was like pretty much most of Alpha 7, I think it was. Is I'd go down to the let's see, with Alpha 6, I would do it in the that area next to the church on Apache Road. I'd build one of these in the grassy field next to the church. And this would be the entrance to my underground base. But this would be, I'd start with this, and then from there, I'd go out and gather supplies and everything, and I'd have a temporary base of operations, and then I could dig down into the ground. But then they changed it so that it was harder to mine. So I went down and I did it in the desert instead. Doing this in the desert is probably the easiest thing to do. So if you start off in a desert, this is actually a really quick and easy thing. I mean, obviously it's taking a long time to do it in the snow or in one of the other dirt-based biomes. This would be so much easier in the desert because you're just going through sand and sandstone. that's good. And now I would just continue doing that all the way over to the other side. And then when I'm done, I would go ahead and let's see, we'd make a ladder, and then we can put a hatch on top of the ladder. Pull this block out. What is, oh, wood hatch. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. You might want to upgrade just to prevent that from happening. But you can see when by the time I'm done with this whole part is going to be empty, and it'll be down to the stone, and I'll be able to see if there's any minerals down there that I can get to. I do eventually, if I'm going to keep this base, I'm going to eventually put walls underneath these solid blocks. Take the dirt out and replace them with like brick or something to that effect. And I'm going to build chests and forges into the walls so they don't take up all of my floor space. It's actually pretty nice. But that used to be my main base, and I'm actually ready to survive the night, aside from the fact that I need food and water. Mostly, let me see, I need to make sure I have enough stone to create a fireplace. But see, now I'm not in so much of a hurry to find some place to stay, and I can actually take my time and loot all this area. Again, I always like to fill in these holes, because I don't like falling in them. Okay. But yeah, that's my, that's the general idea. If you would like to see what the finished product looks like, let me know and I'll come back to this and finish it up. Or if you'd like to see me finish building it, let me know. But that's pretty much zombie proof. I did see on one occasion a bloated zombie stood here and he was able to destroy the wooden frame. But the idea is, once I have all of this hollowed out, never stand on this side of the thing. You stand over here when the zombies are coming. You can shoot through this with a shotgun or a pistol, by the way, just in case you happen to have those. But always stand on this side and the zombies will stand directly above you and they'll just stand there and look at you. And that's it. If you come over here, they'll start falling down the hole and come and get you. But if you stand over here, even on the feral horde night, they'll all come over and they'll stand here and they'll just look at you and bleh, bleh. But that's all they'll do, is they'll just stand there. They can't attack straight down. And they'll just push each other out of the way for a chance to stand above you and look at you menacingly. And it's so much fun if you actually have the shotgun shooting them. You hit them the right way and they go flying 60 feet up into the air. Absolute fun. But this, again, this is pretty much aside from the fact that I keep accidentally picking them up, and only because I don't have it dug out well enough to stand there and get to the hatch. Now see, I could go out right now and I could start searching for the forge book and make a shovel, and that would make this whole thing go real quick. Or I could just make sure I've got a good supply of stone axes and some amazing patience. I could go out and mill a crossbow and start hunting. So far, I have not been lucky. There has been no clay, and there does not appear to be any minerals below, which doesn't really take away from the whole thing. There. That looks a little bit better. But anyway, okay. This is not supposed to be happening. Oh, it's because there's not enough. It's that whole mining glitch thing, the elevator to the surface. So, don't ever do that when there's zombies. But as long as you have enough room to get past it, that shouldn't happen. Okay. See, now I can walk past it without... Alright. And again, I'm safe from the zombies right now. I could continue working on this through the night. And as long as you don't back up against... Why does it keep doing that? That's so weird. Okay. So anyway, that's what happens. And you want to get out, you just and make sure you close it, and you're ready to go.